Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're looking at an animal that, well, we all think we know inside and out. But as we actually unpack the data today, you might just find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew about the ocean. Okay, let's dive right into this. This animal has fooled humanity better than almost any predator on Earth. I mean, that is just a massive attention-grabbing statement, right? We are going to see how the widely accepted, incredibly beloved image of the dolphin is actually kind of a massive illusion built entirely on our own misunderstandings. Section 1. The global myth, ocean ambassadors. Especially here in the United States, we have totally embraced dolphins. There are movie stars, there are joyful aquarium ambassadors. We've all heard those viral stories of dolphins supposedly scaring off sharks to save a swimmer. We see them as these gentle ocean protectors. We literally look at them and see a friend. It's almost comical how easily we've cast a wild predator as a cartoon sidekick. So, the crucial point we have to ask is this image actually real or just one side of this story? Because when you look closely at marine biology, highly intelligent, powerful marine predators don't actually exist to perform for humans in the wild. The contrast between our emotional perception and their biological reality is absolutely staggering. Hollywood frames them as gentle, smiling, playful companions that save humans. But the ocean reality reveals a highly intelligent, highly coordinated marine predator. They are incredibly aggressive competitors. Section 2. The first dark crack. Strange behaviors in the wild. So, here are the wild survival mechanisms scientists are actually observing out in the open water, and honestly, it gets a little dark. We're talking aggressive competition within pods. These animals fight, and they fight hard for social dominance. They will physically bat their food around for extended periods before consuming it. We see coordinated, high-energy chasing, and shockingly, they actively target and strike smaller mammals, like porpoises, and not for food, but often for territory or, well, just practice. It's an aggressive reality that shatters that gentle protector myth almost instantly. When you realize these facts, you really have to ask yourself, are they playing or are they practicing? Think about those viral videos where a dolphin is tossing a fish into the air. We instinctively label it as cute, but nature is actually showing us a highly evolved predator refining its lethal skills. Extreme intelligence in the wild does absolutely not equate to kindness. It equates to efficiency. Section 3. The apex reality, survival efficiency. This builds into their strategic dominance in 3 distinct steps. Step 1. They form highly coordinated groups, almost like gang behavior, to completely lock down their territory. Step 2. They utilize incredibly complex communication systems, but they aren't using them to chat with us. They use them to manipulate and trap prey, acting as a single lethal unit. In Step 3, they execute strategic, high-energy hunting techniques to completely outmaneuver the animals they hunt. You see, the ocean is built entirely on competition and adaptation, and dolphins exist at the very top of that system. What we're seeing with these aggressive behaviors is not them being evil. Nature doesn't have villains. These are simply the calculated actions of an extremely social strategist operating on the cold, hard logic of survival in a really unforgiving environment. Section 4. The human projection problem. Reevaluating the smile. So if they're such fierce, calculated predators, why did we spend decades completely misunderstanding them? Well, it all comes down to the dolphin smile. It is strictly an evolutionary jaw structure and mouth shape that is consistently misunderstood by humans as an expression of friendliness. And guys, this is the massive aha moment. Their smile is biology. It's hydrodynamics. It is not affection. A dolphin looks like it's happily smiling, whether it's playfully receiving a fish from a trainer or violently competing with a rival out in the deep ocean. We humans have this desperate psychological need, fueled heavily by Hollywood, by the way, to categorize animals as either friendly mascots or dangerous villains. When a dolphin approaches a boat, its natural curiosity is mistaken for affection. Its incredible intelligence is mistaken for human-like kindness. We project our own emotional desires onto a wild animal simply because the shape of its jaw happens to curve upwards. Which brings us to a final reevaluation, shifting the focus right back to us. Why do humans assume nature should behave in a way that feels emotionally comfortable to us? Why do we demand that an apex predator fit into a neat, friendly little box just so we feel good about it? Honestly, it says far more about us than it does about them. Section 5. Nature only promises survival, beyond good and evil. The dolphin never changed, only our perception did. The animal has always been a complex, wild, totally fascinating predator, navigating the brutal reality of the ocean. It is simply our emotional projection that's been shattered here today. And honestly, understanding them as the masterful survivors they truly are makes them infinitely more fascinating than a simple cartoon character. Nature never promised kindness, only survival. It's a fundamental truth about our world. And when you realize this, it kind of changes how you see everything. It really makes you wonder, what other friendly-seeming animals have we completely projected our own emotions onto? Keep questioning your assumptions. Keep exploring the reality beneath the surface. And thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. See you next time.